There's a lot of weird things going on. 1:30 in the morning today, guys. Apparently, allegedly, a bridge collapses because a ship who is ran by some professional people runs into the bridge. Can you play this clip, Rob, on how the bridge comes down watch this here, guys. Go back a little bit. Watch this. Boom. Slow motion.
Oh, my God, bro.
Bridge goes down. It's 40 degrees outside. That water is 30 degrees. Some are saying the bridge didn't hit anything. Some are saying it did. Even the captains that have been doing this for the longest time, Rob, what did they say with the experience that they have? You know, you were saying something, the fact that they've been doing this route for a long time, the captain has been?
Yeah, I believe that Baltimore Harbor is their main harbor, so they navigate that daily.
They navigate that daily, and this happened at 1:30 in the morning. The number that I saw, I think it was what? Let me read this number to you on what it was, 20 people. So where's that story for Baltimore Bridge collapses? It says page 5.
It's on the addendum, Pat.
Yeah, so video ship Dali rams into Francis Scott Key Bridge, causing it to collapse, prompting Maryland Transportation Authority to issue a warning against using the Interstate 695. Kevin Cartwright was from Baltimore City Fire Department, describes it as mass casualty, multi-agency incident with potential victims in the water. The bridge collapse disrupts both shipping and road transportation, impacting one of the busiest ports on the East Coast and severing a crucial link on the major highway in circling Baltimore. The vessel involved, Dali, registered in Singapore, carrying approximately 4,900 containers, arrived at the Seagrid Marine Terminal in Baltimore after delivery to Port of New York, New Jersey. The incident halts shipping operations, affecting the bustling port, which in 2023 handled the highest volume of autos and light trucks in U.S. for 13th consecutive year. So kind of weird when you're seeing this. I think 20 people, can you find out how many people fell on the water? I think 20 people. Some people late at night is typically when they work on that bridge, based on what I read earlier this morning. Do we have any stories on how many people fell on the water? Is there like an update on the story? Vinny, what are your thoughts?
I saw a couple of reports that the ship it changed its course approximately 2 minutes prior to hitting the bridge. The lights go out twice right before it goes on. Some people, I mean, and again, we don't know, but some people are saying it could be a cyber attack. This is the most traveled cargo for like cars and all that stuff.
Yeah.
This is going to disrupt this path horribly. Like it's something at this magnitude. It doesn't. I don't think this is like a whoops. The power went out and I just crashed into something. I think there's something deeper that's going on with the story.
Well, speaking of something deeper going on, who is the Secretary of Transportation?
Pete Buttigieg.
Pete Buttigieg. So, look, Pete Buttigieg just had almost, honestly, the highlight of his career during the State of the Union when Joe Biden singled him out and he was like, dude, you're killing it. Like, Pete Buttigieg had a big smile, everything that's going on. Look, I'm sure there's a ton of stories to go here. This situation here, your story with East Palestine, I want to know what Pete Buttigieg has to say here. Like, if you ask any major Biden supporter, give me his accomplishments, they'll always point to the bipartisan infrastructure deal.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on, guys. But these things, they need to be looked at.
You know what that reminds me of? You said it a couple weeks ago. Remember the beginning of that movie, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama? What was it? Leave the world behind?
Yeah.
What's it open with?
The ship that's coming.
The ship is just coming, and people are like, what's happened? Because it was an attack, cyber attack.
Interesting.
That right there looks to me, how does it just boom, change course, lights go out? That looks like, that's like you nailed it too, Adam. An infrastructure attack. That could be something that's set up by foreign agents. Who knows, bro? That's really rare and random to see.
You know, you can speculate and go down that path, and you can also just say a great big ship, lost power, couldn't turn. And by the way, it takes forever to turn those big ships. Those big things, they're very, very slow, but it's like the weight. And
it takes a while to move a small boat that we go on, right? Let alone a big ship that size.
And it hits it. This is an older steel bridge with the steel infrastructure post. They hit it, they crumple it, it goes down. I mean, look at the size of that thing. It takes forever to turn that thing. We're talking something that's like 12, 15 stories tall. If you've ever been to a port and driven by, all those little squares that you see on that, those are the size of the back of a semi. And you see them, they get put on the back of trucks and they go deliver things. This thing just ran right into the end of it, kawunk. And so is it as simple as they lost power, they couldn't turn, and oh crap, they hit a bridge? You know, is it that simple, or is there, it was an electrical pulse and it affected their GPS? Okay, well, where are the rest of the boats running into things, if that's what's going on? If there is a, you know, I want to wait and see what's going on here.
You make a very good point.
The real issue is there were 8 people innocently working last night on an evening shift, and 6 of them are missing in the water, and families are asking, you know, where's our loved one? I mean,
Rob, did Pete Buttigieg say something? I just saw you had a Pete Buttigieg video.
I can't verify that this came out today, but there is video of Pete Buttigieg talking about how bridges are racist.
Oh yeah, I love this.
How what?
He said bridges in the East Coast.
This came out a while ago. So let's see how racist this bridge was.
Underpass was constructed such that a bus carrying mostly black and Puerto Rican kids to a beach, or it would have been, in New York, was designed too low for it to pass by. But that obviously reflects racism that went into those design choices.
There's a part of this that he's actually right, because this is about the book written by, what was that power broker name in New York, Tom? Do you know who I'm talking about? The power broker in New York? What was the guy's name? Robert Morris or something like that. Robert Moses and the Fall of New York. What he's talking about is about the power broker. It's a different bridge. He's talking about how they try to keep people away from certain communities by keeping the bridge so low that it couldn't go under it. There is actual some credibility behind
it. So they couldn't bust children this way and that way.
He's actually pretty accurate on that part. All you have to do is read this book, and you'll see this guy was maybe the most powerful man in New York ever that wasn't actually the governor. But, okay, so that's the Baltimore. Unfortunately, you know, hopefully we'll get a little bit more story on what's going on. That for those of you guys that watch the podcast regularly, and maybe you have hot tea like me with honey, or you drink your coffee, to the coffee community, I'll most likely join you guys in 5 years, but at this point, I still don't need coffee. We have these new mugs. And by the way, this new mug that just came out is the PBD Podcast mug with Future Looks Bright on it. So let me kind of show this to you, and I'll tell you what we're running on this podcast. And Kelly took care of this. Let me pour this so I don't burn myself.
Taking one. I'm acquiring one of those after this.
Watch this here. So you pour the hot water in there if it's hot.
Ooh, magic.
And guess what it turns into, by the way, while you're having this hot tea or the drink. Let me see if this thing is hot. It is hot. All of a sudden, slowly but surely, you see the color changes.
I see it.
To the PBD Podcast colors.
Oh, that's sick.
And yes, you'll see the red and the blue of PBD Podcast color coming in. I don't know if
Pat, you're like one of those models on those late night, like by the QVC.
QVC back in the day.
Your PBD QVC.
Here's what we're doing. We got the Valuetainment mug. You have 4 different options on whichever one you want to get, whether it's the gold, the black, the red, the OG, red or the black. You buy 2. You get the third one for free. Pick and choose which one you want. The link's going to be below. The discount code's going to be PBD Mugs, I believe. Right, Rob? PBD Mugs, plural. PBD MUGS. And what's the website to go to? VTmerch.com. Find the mugs, order 2, and you'll get the third one for free.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.